Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Helen Liao. It's good to have you with us. Coming up in this week's top stories, Tzu Chi volunteers are preparing hot meals and relief items for flood victims in various areas in Taiwan. To help the needy in Ladybrown, South Africa, Lesotho Tzu Chi volunteers are distributing rice sent from Taiwan to 60 families. And Dye Technologies is joining the Cotton Conference in New York in hopes of selling its products to the U.S. market in the future. Over the past few days, Taiwan was hard hit by Typhoon Sela. The East Coast was the first to be hit by the typhoon, with serious flooding resulting in Yilan County. While in Taipei, due to the heavy rainfall, many residents in Wenshan District were affected by a landslide that washed into their homes. Also affected by landslides, in Hualien, residents at Chongde Village were awakened by a stream of mud cascading from the mountainside. To help typhoon victims in various areas, Tzu Chi volunteers were quickly mobilized to prepare hot meals, relief items, along with much-needed emotional support for the victims. On midnight of August 2nd, 10 streams of mud-laden water descended on Chongde Village of Shouling Township in Hualien County. Before it ended, the height of the deposit mud and silt reached 120 centimeters.
There is a lot of silt left and the computers are all broken.
The landslide happened around 3:30 a.m. to 4 a.m. It kept washing down from the mountain. All the households on the left side all evacuated to the second floor. We couldn't save anything on the first floor. The landslide came down too quickly.
Residents of Chongde Village and the military are working together to clean out the mud in their homes. To stop the landslide from washing down again, they created a dike from the mud. The landslide not only destroyed the villagers' houses, but also the food they stocked up for the typhoon. Upon receiving the news, Tzu Chi volunteers deliver relief items and 160 lunch boxes to the victims, along with love and much-needed emotional support.
We try to provide everything needed by the flood victims. We will contact the Disaster Coordination Center and prepare around 300 emergency packs or more than 200 blankets.
Volunteers divided into 4 groups as they visited Xingchen Township and Shouling Township. The volunteers also provided 361 hot meals for local residents. Moving to Yilan County, early in the morning at the Luodong Jingsi Hall, more than 130 Tzu Chi volunteers were already busy preparing lunch boxes. To care for the typhoon victims, today Tzu Chi volunteers are preparing more than 2,000 hot meals. After being hit by Typhoon Sela, many areas in Yilan County were flooded, including Wujie Township, Dongshan Township, and Zhuangwei Township. The military even helped carry volunteers on their tanks to make sure they could deliver the lunch boxes safely to the flood victims. Since the Jingzhong village in Wujie Township was flooded, Tzu Chi volunteers delivered the hot meals to the flood victims with the help of the Marine Corps. On August 2nd, along with providing lunch boxes for flood victims and rescuers, Tzu Chi volunteers also established a disaster response coordination center at the Luodong Jingsi Hall. The volunteers have also started planning for future distribution in hopes of minimizing the flood victims' losses. And after a night of strong wind and rain, a landslide washed into the first and second floor of this building in Taipei, leaving residents in despair.
In the past, the Geotechnical Engineering Office had already strengthened this slope. However, 30 years ago, the building was designed too close to the mountainside, so with extensive rainfall, the landslide washed right into the building.
Due to the typhoon, more than 10 residents, including the 3 households that were severely affected by the typhoon, were evacuated. Some of the victims have temporarily settled down in the district office.
We came to the district office right after receiving the news that evacuees were here. We came to provide them with emotional support.
The volunteers brought along a basket of lunch boxes. To the typhoon victims, the rice vermicelli made by the volunteers is not just any ordinary food, but food filled with love and care. The volunteers also visited the evacuees when they returned home and prepared them with 2 new blankets.
Our first thought was to run for our lives. The landslide came down, so we ran. Taiwan is a place filled with warmth. Everyone is very kind-hearted.
Disaster is hard to predict, but love is everywhere. After Typhoon Sala struck Taiwan on Tuesday, it caused massive flooding in Sansha district of New Taipei City. Among the disaster areas, the low-lying Shouchuan village was the worst hit. On Thursday morning, Sansha Tzu Chi volunteers mobilized to help residents clean up. Along with providing meals, the volunteers also brought emotional support to people who had lost their family members in the disaster.
Typhoon Sola caused massive flooding in Sansha district and left residents' home a mess. Tzu Chi volunteers immediately provided assistance to residents living in the flooded area. When cleaning up, everyone was covered with dirt. Besides Tzu Chi's help, the military also came to help clean up. Nobody expected the typhoon would bring such severe flooding and cause so much damage.
When I woke up at 5 this morning, the water was coming in from the mountain very fast.
With local residents cleaning up together, some volunteers are preparing hot meals, while others come to help.
The volunteers in Sansha Tzu Chi grounds are cooking hot meals for residents and volunteers who work to clean up the flooded area. Tzu Chi volunteers distribute lunchboxes to journalists, soldiers, and residents to give them strength to continue their work.
I didn't eat anything since this morning. Yesterday, I was so terrified that my body was shaking.
Facing such a disaster, everyone panicked and just wanted to clean up our homes. We got nothing to eat.
Besides helping clean up, Tzu Chi volunteers also paid a visit of condolence to the family of a police officer who passed away when he was on duty while the typhoon struck. As the typhoon leaves Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers will continue to care and visit those in need.
Mr. Liu is a Tzu Chi care recipient in Taiwan's Taoyuan who used to live a life of luxury as a senior manager of a large corporation. But since the fall of stock market and his house foreclosure, he has shut himself away from the cruel world. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers came to clean his home in hopes of opening his heart to people and the world again.
Once you enter Mr. Liu's cramped home, you'll find rooms filled with miscellaneous electronic items. By coming to clean his home, we are hoping he opens his heart to us. We want him to leave his house and see the world around him. We don't want him isolating himself at home. Mr. Liu has had a hard time adjusting to a simple lifestyle because he used to live the life of luxury as an executive of a large corporation.
In the past, I like to buy stuff. My things are expensive. Look, guess how much this is? This jacket is about $530.
Under the sun, everyone works together in cleaning up the items. And at this moment, it seems as if the sun has also warmed Mr. Lu's heart.
Everyone seems nice and friendly and willing to help out others.
I hope in the future you extend your hand in helping out others. If others need help, we will be there for them. Don't you feel more comfortable inside a clean home? Expressing gratitude for the help he has received today seems to be a first step in opening up Mr. Lu's heart.
To help those in need, Taiwan has sent their love through donations of rice to Lady Brand South Africa. With the help of the Tzu Chi volunteers and local Lady Brand volunteers, 60 families were able to receive supplies enough for 1 month.
A chorus of Ami Tofo welcomes the Tzu Chi volunteers as they prepare for the aid distribution. The Tzu Chi volunteers have come to Lady Brand in Free State, South Africa to distribute rice to 60 impoverished families.
We are from Tzu Chi. Tzu Chi is compassion. Chi is relief. Today, we have the love from Taiwan. It's the rice.
A bag of rice and a bottle of cooking oil will feed a family of 4 for 1 month.
Today we may missing some people. They are not here. But if you know and you can help them, please expand this great love to them.
The residents' hearts are as warm as the sun as they carry the aid home.
Thank you, Tzu Chi Taiwan.
In June, local Tzu Chi volunteers in Durban, South Africa, organized a visit where they traveled 600 kilometers to Swaziland to bring care and love to the needy families.
In Swaziland, Tzu Chi volunteers overcome many difficulties to bring their care to remote areas. Tzu Chi volunteers from Durban, South Africa are driving to Swaziland to spread Tzu Chi's care and love to those in need. The team is made up of volunteers from a Taiwanese company and local volunteers from Swaziland. They visit small villages that are forgotten by most. Swaziland has the lowest life expectancy in the world due to high HIV prevalence. Life expectancy in 2009 was less than 32 years old, and 70% of population is living below the poverty line. Poverty and disease are found in every house, while the volunteers are like a choir singing to encourage the locals. A grandmother who is reluctant to move gets up to sing and dance, responding to Tzu Chi's enthusiasm. Swaziland is one of Taiwan's diplomatic allies, and these volunteers are like ambassadors, bringing them love. As long as their care brings smile and the courage, the volunteers feel fulfilled, even if they can only sleep at the office of the Taiwanese company.
Recently, Dai Technologies attended the Cotton Conference held in New York. This year, the conference focused on the concept of jeans and eco-friendly clothing. Dye Technologies took the chance to showcase its clothing made from recycled bottles. The products were well accepted by many, and this is also the first time the company showcased its items in the U.S. department stores. Producing clothes made from recycled bottles, Dye Technology attended the Cotton Conference in New York in hopes of entering the U.S. market.
To us, this show is a dream because jeans are actually very harmful to the environment, and the other show is based on sustainability and anti-pollution. We hope to make some connections between the two shows and make eco-friendly products more modernized and fashionable.
The clothes showcased by Dye Technology are made by recycled bottles collected by volunteers. Lena, who is a dyeing and printing expert, was very touched.
I love the name. Great love. What a wonderful name for an organization. I'm just so impressed with the integration of so many different things. The commitment to helping others, through the relief work, the commitment to the environment.
Through showcasing its products in such exhibitions, in the future, Dye Technology hopes to enter the U.S. department store market. In the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers have been helping clean up the streets of Chinatown since 1996. On July 28th, high school students from China who are here on a study tour in Seattle were asked to participate in a street cleanup alongside Tzu Chi volunteers. Afterward, the students came to realize that keeping the streets clean is everyone's responsibility.
19 students from China are here in Seattle, Washington for the summer holidays, experiencing what life is like in the United States. Everyone hits the streets, but what they are most familiar with isn't the stores. Instead, they are getting to know how clean the streets are.
What I've seen most on this cleanup is cigarette butts. I want to encourage everyone to stop smoking.
Cleaning up the street is tiring, and it really is up to everyone to keep our environment clean.
You've hit a point. Keeping the environment clean is not solely my job, or solely your job. It's everyone's responsibility. Mike is very correct.
I feel the same way. Protecting the environment is everyone's responsibility, not just one individual's.
Tzu Chi volunteers give everyone portable chopsticks to encourage them to not use disposable chopsticks when eating out. Protecting the environment is the responsibility of every citizen on the planet.
On July 23, 2007, Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital officially opened to the public, and since then it has guarded the health of the city's residents. Over the past 5 years, Dr. Chen Ziyong has been the superintendent of the hospital. However, he will soon become the honorary superintendent, and the superintendent of Daling Tzu Chi Hospital, Jian Shouxing, will be asked to take over.
Both mother and child were in a life-threatening situation due to a severe car accident. Thanks to the medical team in Taichung Tzu Chi General Hospital, both of them are safe and healthy now.
Thanks to the care of Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital, my son and I are very healthy now, and he weighs 5,000 grams.
In the residents' minds, Taichung Tzu Chi General Hospital has been a cornerstone of health over the past 5 years. Now, Dr. Jian Shouxing of Daling Tzu Chi General Hospital will become the new superintendent of Taichung Tzu Chi General Hospital, and the incumbent Dr. Chen Ziyong will be promoted as an honorary superintendent.
Over the past 5 years, we really appreciate Dr. Chen for his devotion and leadership, and his building of reputable preventive medicine and neurology departments in line with Master Zheng Yan's expectation.
We would like to send our best wishes to Dr. Jian for his contribution over the past 12 years in building up the reputation of Daling Tzu Chi General Hospital.
These two superintendents are role models, and volunteers present a wood carving to show their appreciation.
Over the past 5 years, Taichung Tzu Chi General Hospital would not have been such a success without the sacrifice and devotion of all its colleagues and staff.
We will work together to make Taichung Tzu Chi General Hospital an esteemed and extraordinary hospital.
Master Zheng Yan presents certificates of appointment to all superintendents to encourage their continuous efforts. It is hoped that the superintendents will continue to lead the medical teams of Tzu Chi hospitals in bringing medical humanities to those in need.
After Dr. Jian Shouxing left Daling Tzu Chi Hospital, Dr. Lai Ningshen has been asked to take on his duty as the new superintendent.
Dr. Lai Ningshen is taking on the leadership of the Daling Tzu Chi Hospital from Dr. Jian Shouxing.
We really hope that with the help of colleagues, we all have the heart of Bodhisattva, that the Daling Tzu Chi Hospital will change for the better. With the master spirit, we hope to incorporate Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit in our medical field.
12 years ago, Lai Ningshen and his team came to the Jiayi area in order to help local residents who were suffering from lack of healthcare resources. Faced with his brother's rheumatoid disease, allows Lai to better identify with his patients and their families, and he's able to understand Master Zheng Yan's teachings better as well. Being confronted with a changing medical world, Lai Ningshen looks forward to the changes and strives for perfection in order to maintain quality and care. He also hopes to spread humanitarian values and take on the task of safeguarding life and spreading love.
This year marks the 10th anniversary of Tzu Chi Jingsi Books and Craft, and the bookstore Axing Wu Tai celebrated the day by taking down the 6 bamboo banks on the side of the storefront and cutting them open. A few young volunteers also attended the event and happily poured the donation into a pottery jar, knowing the money will be used to help those in need. $1, $10, $50, and various bills. These are all donations collected from the bamboo banks.
钱多少钱？你看到多少钱？很多，救人。救人给谁救人？是都上人。
Today, volunteers carefully cut down the 6 bamboo coin banks on the side of the Jingsi Books and Craft. Since the establishment of the store, the bamboo banks have collected a lot of donations.
每一家店都会有那个竹子。其实在
We have bamboo banks in every store. It has a deep meaning behind it. In Taiwanese, bamboo means virtue. It reminds us to spread the master's philosophy into every corner of this world.
能够传递到社区每一个角落。
Through the Jingsi Books and Craft, volunteers hope to purify our society and to continue on with the spirit of Tzu Chi's bamboo coin banks by helping those in need. At the end of today's show, Tzu Chi volunteers in Japan are preparing for an upcoming sign language performance which reenacts the treacherous journey by Sea Vulnerable Jianzhen took to Japan. Through the musical adaptation of the story, volunteers hope to interpret the great Buddhist master's determination and spirits to the audience. That's all the time we have for. Enjoy your weekend. Goodbye.